Today, I'll be showing you what I believe to be one of the best PvE builds. Now, this is my opinion, so, usually I'm a liar. Don't believe me whatsoever. Either way, this is what I'm wearing, Demonic Toby. This is going to help you get carried a lot, so I beg you, if you're going to be doing bosses, mainly bosses, then always have this on, because it will help you so much. You'll be doing so much more damage. Next, you also want, this effect. This is mainly a focus build. So, like, you're gonna want Black Flash damage. So, you want also the robe. I don't have it yet, so right now I just have this on for the best stats. Now, you do want this. I do believe Eyes of, like, Foresight, maybe Bloodthirst would be better, but I think the Black Flash damage is way better. At least right now, Next, we have the Rust Tech Suit. I mean, it's honestly not that good. Personally, I believe that you should go, Cloak of Inferno, which is Jogo's drop, or he can make it. Next, you got your ring. I mean, this is whatever you want to do. You don't also need a weapon. This is literally just going to be about innates. Now, before I get into the stats, this is the innates that you probably want. Personally, I use Infinity mainly with Ratio. People, oh my god, bro. Everyone says Ratio is horrible for some reason. I don't know why. In PvP, it's also really good. But in PvE, it shines so well, bro. The damage it does is incredible. Now, I do have Soul Manipulation because its buff is actually way better than Ratios. And Mugen apparently doesn't work, and it doesn't even give you a buff for damage. Now, do you need this? Not really. I do think you need Ratio by far, because that's going to be one of your main damaging things. Infinity is also really useful because of Hall Purple. And also Reversal Red. Reversal Red does like 2k, and it only takes like 2 seconds to charge up. Now, it's a problem in Sukuna's fight during his domain, because he'll get up faster and possibly get hit by his little slashes. If that is the case, then don't do it. Just do Black Flashes if you can. Now let's get into the stats. Like I said, this is mainly a focus build. We'll start with health. Now, people say that you should go Burst. That's the thing. You're pretty much just vulnerable for 2 seconds. You can't do anything. And if you get canceled out, you don't even get that heal. That's why I think slow RCT is better, because you can be hit during it, and you'll still heal up, and it won't be canceled whatsoever. Now, technically this is faster, and does give you more health, but, you can still be hit out of it pretty easily. Especially in Sukuna's domain, I'm pretty sure the slashes from his domain cancel out your move. I've never been able to do burst RCT in his domain. I'm mainly doing Sukuna because, his shirt and pants are very much goated. So yeah, take slow RCT. Take this. This was really just like a one-off thing that I just took. You don't need this. Reasonably, you won't need this. It's depending on how you want to change this build. I do believe you should take slow RCT instead of burst. I don't think anything past this is really worth it. Next is focus. Get your focus awakening. Now, you're mainly gonna, get everything in here except total concentration, because I think this is good technically, but you would need 45 total points to put everything into it. Now, I don't think that's worth it, considering that there's stuff in technique that you kind of want, depending on what boss you're gonna fight. Now, you're obviously gonna get your increases. You're gonna get Vampiric, Black Flash. Now, reasonably, you do not have to max out this part. I only did it because I had leftover points and I didn't want anything else. The heals will kind of carry you depending on the boss once again. I do think it's worth it. Now you're going to take more tokens. Why would you want more tokens? If you have Infinity and have Hollow Purple, then it's pretty worth it to have, honestly. I think this is really good to have during a boss. Of course, you're probably never going to have 5 if you're using Ratio, because whenever you have Ratio, there's a move that you can merge with Black Flash, and it's really, really good. I'll show you during the boss fight that I'm going to do. But it's very good. You're also going to get 103% more damage, or bonus damage, because it'll carry you once again. From my testing, if you don't get this, then I think you do like 500 less damage with it. And that's pretty good amount. Now, why do I take lock-in? Technically, you could replace this with 1 point into this, or 5 seconds. But the 0.25 increase is really good. I compared it earlier. I'm not going to show any footage of it, but you can test out yourself in Sandbox. Basically, if you do it, you'll probably be getting your bar like 30% faster. Honestly, it's pretty good. Not I don't see many builds taking this. It's really good. I don't think in PvP would be good, but hey, definitely good for PvE. And then you're obviously gonna get Sparks of Black because it's amazing. Yeah, of course it's amazing. Now for your technique tree, you're also gonna I just want to point this out real quick before I get into technique. You're not gonna get anything in strength. You're just gonna get the awakening for the, for the double dash, but that's literally it. You're not gonna get anything else in here unless you have leftover points, because it depends on you, of course. But maybe you don't want to go for chanting in the techniques. I only do it just in case. Just in case. Let's just say I get my maximum and I have 2 focus. Then yeah, I'm gonna pop hollow nuke basically, and that's what it's useful to me. But if you do not want this, then put some stuff in the strength if you really want. I mean, that's your choice, but hey, this is just what I do. Anyways, you're gonna obviously get your increases. I go Divergent Fist second impact just in case I'm on cooldowns on stuff. This thing still does like above 1k. It's still pretty good. And plus the cooldown is like pretty low. It's not very, long. Plus you can incorporate it into your moves if you really want. Sometimes I do it. Not always though. Anyways, you of course get chanting. Like I said earlier, you want this, honestly. It's pretty good to have. I mean, either way, past that, you're just gonna get, your technique increases. But, really, my previous build, I'll put some screenshots up. I had burst and whatnot, but I was never using it, so it just kind of felt like a waste. I do think slow RCT is definitely better. Like I said earlier, it's definitely better because you can get hit during it, and you don't lose anything, basically, because of it. That's why I think it's really good. Anyways, I'm gonna go into a boss now, and I'll show you why it's good. Okay, so I'm gonna do Sukuna here. I keep saying I'm gonna do Sukuna because I want the drops, personally. But I do think this is a really good boss to do. I'm on Nightmare right now. So basically, you're of course just gonna pop your buff. At least for me, I pop my Mahito buff because it's a cutscene. Then you'll do your slash buff. Now, this is how I usually start it. He spawns in. I use Hollow Purple. He'll get stuck on below me, so I just aim below him. $7k right there. Then I'm just gonna run away. That's literally an easy 3k. I just did a ton of damage, bro. Now, whenever he gets below 18k, we'll of course pop his domain. You're never gonna have enough bar. Honestly, you'll never have enough bar to pop against him. Sometimes you can. I mean, it's happened a few times to me, but most of the time you're not gonna have enough bar. So you just have to deal with it. Dodge his stuff. Okay, dodge. And now you're just gonna get close. I'm gonna pop Hollow Purple again. Now, usually I do always pop Hollow Purple at the very end. So depending on what innates you have, it can be a different outcome each and every time. But reasonably, that's just how I do it with this build. I do think that if you have enough codes, then no matter what, you should get Infinity. It's pretty good for bosses because of Hollow Purple and Reverse Red. Now, if you also have his maximum, then you can't do Hollow Nuke, and that does like 10k. Easy with buffs. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good build, I would say. My previous build was definitely not doing it as fast. And I think it's because I didn't even have all of the Black Flash proficiency things. So yeah, I would say use this build. personally. This is the one I use. I think it's pretty good. Hey, either way, that's my build that I use.
Nice stretch. I think I caught her body. She not leaving me alone. She few times I got she. It's in the